Hello everyone, I'm Frank and welcome to Frank Puzzles, and this is today's hard level difficulty puzzle, and it's called Slingshot Whisper Loop by Yitrio. And here are the rules. We have normal Sudoku rules apply, which means in every cell in this grid, place a single digit from 1 through 9 such that there are no repeats in any row, column, or designated 9-cell region, which is a box. On this grid, we need to draw a 1-cell wide loop of orthogonally connected cells. The loop may not touch itself, not even diagonally. So, for example, you could have something like, I don't know what we're doing. This is a valid loop. And another way of putting it is that every cell on the loop must share an edge with exactly 2 other cells on the loop, right? So this shares an edge with this and this shares an edge with this and this shares an edge with these 2, etc., etc. What you could not have is something like this on the loop, as a loop, because these 2 digits are not connected to 2 cells on the loop with an edge. What you also could not have is something like this, because if you had something like this cell is connected with 3 other cells on the loop with an edge. And you can also not have the edges or the cells touch each other even on a diagonal. So this is not valid here, because these 2 are touching each other on a corner, or they're touching each other diagonally. So those are examples of loops that are and are not valid. The loop acts as a German whisper loop. That is, adjacent digits on the loop must have a difference of at least 5. So for example, if this were the loop and this were a 3, these digits would have to be an 8 or a 9, because those are the only digits which are 5 or more away from the 3. And then finally, we have loop slingshot, which is for any given arrow, the digit in the cell connected to its tail also appears n cells away in the direction of its tip, where n is the digit in the arrow's cell. Additionally, the cell being pointed to, n cells away from the arrow's tip, must be on the loop. Okay, so these arrows do not have to be on the loop, but... So for example, let's use his example. If row 1, column 2 was a 3, and row 1, column 4 was a 4, then row 5, column 3 must also be a 3, and row 3, column 3 must be on the loop. Row 1 and column 2, row 1, column 3 may be either on or off the loop. We don't know. But basically, yeah. So because this is a 3, that's the digit in the arrow on the arrow's tail. This 4 signifies we have to have that digit 4 cells down, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. And on top of that, we know it's on the loop. Anyways, those are all the rules. If you'd like to play along, there's going to be a link in the description. And now, I'm going to get started. Let's go. Okay, so this arrow means you can have 1, 2, or 3 away. So this is 1, 2, or 3. And this is 1 through 4 away. Either way, we know at least 2 out of these 3 are on the loop. Therefore, since 2 out of 3 are on the loop, if these both are on the loop, this one must be on the loop. So this is always on the loop. This must be 1 through 8. because it could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 away. This could be 7 away. This can be 6 away, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. This is 5 away, and this is 4 away. So this is 5 away, this is 4 away. This has to be 7 up to 7 away. And this is up to 7 away here. This is also up to 7 away here. So we know the loop has to go up to here, and it has to at least go somewhere here. We don't know where. Interesting. Okay. So there must be a cell in a loop somewhere here. So this could be 2 going here, going that way. It could be all 3 of these going that way. What it cannot be is 2 going that way. So this has to be on the loop also. Right? We can't have it going like that. So it must either enter here going that way, or it enters this way going that way. Either way, this is on the loop. Okay. So this cannot be 5. Cannot be 5. It's on next to 2 unique digits on the loop, so this can't be 4 or 6. Right? It's either going to go this way, in which case those 2 are unique, or it goes this way, in which case both of these are unique, because you can't have repeats in the rows or boxes. So this is either 1, 2, 3, 7, and 8. And 4 and 6 cannot be there, because 4 and 6 can only be next to 1 unique digit on German Whisper loop. If it does go this way, then it must go here. It cannot go this way than this way, because these are both low digits. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Okay. What happens if this is on the loop? It could go this way. So this could actually be a 6. It could not be 4, 5, because this can't be 9. And 5 can never be on a German Whisper loop. Because 5, subtract 5 or more from 5, you get 0 or less, which is not a normal Sudoku digit. Add 5 or more to 5, you get 10 or more, which is not a digit. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 6, or 7. Oh. Hmm. So say these two are referring to both of these. So this is either 1 and 4, because so this would be 1 and this would be 4. Or it's 2 and 3. No, it can't be 2 and 3. Yes, it could be 2 and 3. This would be 2 and 3. Okay. Then they would both have to be referencing high digits. So this would have to be 7 or 8, and this would have to be a high digit, right? Because you cannot have both be low. Because they are not both low. That's interesting. If it was referencing these two or referencing these two, one of those would have to be low guaranteed. So what would that mean? If that's the case, then that would be 5. One is referencing this, so this would then be, the other would be referencing one of these two. So one of these would be low. And the low could not be 4. Because if it were 4, this cell would see 2 unique digits, or this cell you would see 2 unique digits. Again, this cell sees 2 unique digits on the German whisper loop. So one of these would have to be 4. So 5 would be referencing this. I guess this could be referencing the same 1, and these are the same digit. That's possible. Huh. So the rest of this would be 6 through 9 here. This would have to, one of these would be low, the other one would be high. So we'd have 1, 2, 3. The other one would have to be 7, 8, 9. It could not be 6. So 6 would have to be one of these. This would be referencing a 5. So this would be on the loop. This could be the 4. Can this ever be low? Is kind of what I'm trying to think of, right? I guess it's possible. Obviously, one of them would have to be referencing one of the lows, and the other would be referencing the middle cell, because that would be high. Because you always alternate between lows and highs on a German whisper line, because 1 through 4 must be next through the digits 6 through 9 on a German whisper line, because there has to be a difference of 5. Same with 6 through 9 having to be next to 1 through 4. So far, this all seems fine. So if it goes here, that means it must enter here or enter this way. Okay, so that all seems fine. So let's say this was 1 through 3, and this was 7 or 8, or 9, obviously. If that were the case, and let's say it went all the way here. Okay, if this is the case, it does have to guarantee to go here, because this can never go here, because these are both low. So this would have to go that way, which means this is not, this has to be a high digit, and this can't be 3, this is 1 or 2. So it would have to go this way, it would have to go around this way. This would be a low digit, it would be 1 through 3. That would guarantee this is 4, this is 5. So this would have to be a low digit, so that's 1, 2, 3. This is 7, 8, 9, because it's next to 2 unique digits. This is not valid on the loop. This has to go this way, so this is also low. And it can't go this way because it touches itself diagonally. So this would be on the loop. So this would be 7, it could be 6, 7, 8, 9 here. This is 5. That would say that this is on the loop. The rest of these digits are 5 through 9, so it can never actually get to here. If it goes here, then it would have to guarantee a low on the loop, so it can never get there. So none of these are on the loop. This is not on the loop. Let's make it gray, I guess, instead of blue. Because we're going to start making these lows and highs eventually. Green, green. This is green. This can't be green. This is 1, 2, or 3. 5 cannot be here. This is not on the loop. It cannot go this way, so this can never be on the loop. None of these can be on the loop, again, because this would have to go high, and there would be no corresponding low in the row possible. If it went this way, that would not work. Because this would be low, and this would have to be high. And this is guaranteed to be low to be there. So this must be a high. So it must be 7, 8, and 9, which forces this to be a 2. So this is 1. This has to be a 3, which would be next to 8 and 9. That means this is 2 or 4. It cannot be 4. So this is 2. This is next to 7, 8, or 9 here. None of these could be on the... So this can't go this way. It has to go then here. This is 1. This can never be 1. Because if this is 1, these two are the same digit. So that's not possible. Okay, so then that is not possible for that to be the low. We've just proven that. So that's good. That means this cannot be low. This has to be 7 or 8, which means one of these two is a high. So this is low. This is a high. Sorry. So this is high. That means any digit on the loop must be low next to it. So that means, like a checkerboard pattern, we know these are low, these are high. If they're on the loop, they have to be low or high, because it always alternates between low and high on a German whisper line. So then these are low. These would have to be high. These would have to be low. These are high. These must be low. These have to be high. I don't even know how useful this is right now, but maybe it allows us to see certain things. So this is high, low. These are high, low, high, low, and high. Okay, this can never be high, so this is never on the loop. This can never be high, so this is never on the loop. This is high. This could be low. This could be low. This could be high. So everything else is okay to be on the loop. We know these two are guaranteed, though. So 7 or 8 is. It's a low digit, too. So one of these two is on the loop. We're not sure which. So these point to different ones. That means one of them points to a low. So this must point to a low. So this is 1, 2, and 3. So this is a 3, and this matches this low. So this is on the loop. We already knew that. This cannot be 3. This must be pointing to a high, so it must be that one. So this is 1. This cannot be 1 or 3. This high would be pointing to either 4 or 6, but it cannot be either of them. This is a low. We know this is definitely, these two are definitely guaranteed to be high and low. We don't know this one. This one then has to be high, pointing to it. Ooh, we don't actually know that guaranteed. That's not true because these don't have to be on the loop. Okay. Yeah, these don't have to be guaranteed to be on the loop. So it could just go that way, right? That seems viable. This can never be 1 because then these digits would be the same. This can never be 1 because those digits would be the same. So it can't be 2 either. This is 3, 4, 5. This digit could be 1 through 4 because they're not in the same box. The reason why this can't be 1 or 2 is these would be in the same box. This can't be 1 because it would be in the same box as it. So it's 2, 3, or 4. Okay. This is 3, 4, or 5. This is 1, 2, 3, or 4. That's fine. These could be the same. These cannot. These cannot be the same, so this can't be 1. These cannot be the same, so that can't be 1 either. This can't be the same, so it can't be 1 either. Okay. So I'm not sure how useful this is. Let's mark the blues as yellow. Actually, let's mark the blues as greens and the reds as orange. Or pink. Let's make it pink. And let's mark the blues and reds that we know are on the loop. So we know this is on the loop and this is on the loop. Guaranteed. So this has to be 1 through 3 here. This is never on the loop. This could be on the loop that way. That's possible. If that were the case, excuse me, I have a hair in my mouth. So if it went this way, it has to go this way. So this would have to be a high. So if it went this way, what does that mean? This would be high. This would be pointing to that. It would have to be the same as that digit here. So this would be 1. This would have to be the low, so it would have to be 3. So we would guarantee this is 1 and 3, which would make this 2. It would have to point to here. This would not be on the loop. So this would be low. Sorry, this would be high. And this would be low. Could this ever be on the loop? And the answer to that is maybe? No. It would have to go this way, and there would have to be 2 unique digits, so it could not go this way. So this would then not be on the loop. That means it would have to go this way. So this would be blue, this would be red. So this would have to be a 2 here. This couldn't be 1, 2, or 3. This would be 4, and this would be 5. And this would have to be the same digits, so this would be a high digit. It's 7 or 8. That would force this to be high, which matches. And it would be the same 7 or 8. This would also be the same 7 or 8, but we don't know if it would match. So this would be high. It's 7, 8, or 9. This is 7, 8, or 9. That eliminates 7, 8, or 9 in the rest of the row. So it cannot go through this high. It could go through this low, though. But it can't go this way. So if it tried going this way, it can't go this way because this has to be 6, 7, 8, or 9. And the 7, 8, and 9 is already eliminated because of what we have in that row. Because this must be next to 2 unique digits. This is next to 1 and 2. This is next to 2 unique digits. Either this way or this way. So if it tried to enter here, that would be a 6. And that would be next to 2 unique digits on a German whispered line, which is not allowed. If we tried going this way, the problem is this would be high, it still has to go here as a low, and that's 4, and that would be next to two unique digits. So it could not go this way. It has to go this way then. So it has to go here. These would not be on the loop, possibly. This would have to be a low. This could not be on the loop. It would have to go here. So this would be high. You could connect here. This is a high, so this can only be 2, 4, 1, 3, or 5 here. Cannot be 2, 4, 6. It cannot be this one because this digit has to be here. So this cannot be 3. It would be 1 or 5. This would then be 7, 8, or 9. This would be 1, 2, or 3. This would not be on the loop. This would have to be on the loop. So far, that's looking okay. This could be 1, 2, or 3. This would be 7, 8, or 9. It cannot be here because that would be low. And there's no more lows possible in that box. So this has to be low here. Therefore, this would be 1. These would not be on the loop. These would obviously not be on the loop. This would not be on the loop. So far, this is looking fine. That means this matches this. Okay. Which would not match this, so this would have to be the other 7, 8, or 9. Which means none of these could be... Well, you could go something like... Oh, this is not valid because it's already not on the loop. So if it goes this way, this would be 6. Okay, this can't be 2 in that case. So it cannot go this way because that would be 6 and therefore be next to 2 unique digits. So it would have to go this way. So it has to go this way, which makes that a low. So this is 1 or 3 because it's next to 2 unique digits on the loop. So far, this is looking fine. Maybe I should check the other path. This could be 6 through 9 here. Yeah, this right now it seems fine. Let's go down a different path then. Try to find another contradiction. What happens if this is not 5? Then these two must point to 2 high digits. So both of these would then be on the loop. So if this is not 5, this has to be a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 triplet here. Therefore, this can never be low. So this would never be on the loop. That's fine. So this would be high, this would be high. So both of these would have to be high. Okay. So none of these can ever be 5, period, I guess. That's interesting. This would be 7, 8, 9 because it's between 2 unique digits on a German whisper loop. So this would be on the loop. This would not be on the loop. This would have to be 7, 8, or 9. 7, 8, or 9, so 5 or 6 would have to be here. This would be a low digit with 2 unique digits on the loop, so this would be high. That seems fine. So this would point to 1 or 3. And this would point to 2 or 4. And they would have to be different digits. So it would have to be 1 and 4, or this is 3 and this is 2. So either way, this cannot be 3 or 4. This would have to be 1 or 2. Interesting. This could not point, I mean, technically it could point to 1. It cannot point to 2 or 5. So one of these two would be on the loop. That's interesting. And then the 3 or 4 away would be on the loop. And we know this would be a high, so this could not be 4. It would have to be 3 away. So this is 3 on the loop, so this would be on the loop, if that's the case. So that would match this. This would be 1. So this would have to be 4 away to be that one. So this matches here. This is then 7 or 8. This 1 eliminates 1 here, so that's 2, which forces this also to be the same 7 or 8. So that's 4. That matches this one. We haven't done this one with it's assuming it's 5. That's interesting. So this is 7 or 8. It's on the loop. It cannot go this way. So to exit out, it must, I guess it cannot enter in and then exit out this way. So it always exits out this way. So it always do that. This is never on the loop because that has to be low. So it has to either enter in here or enter in this way. Okay. This could not be 1. This is 2 and 3. So far, that looks okay. This is the same digit. This is not possible to be on the loop. Because of that, this can never enter in here. So these would not be possible to be on the loop. This can't be 1 anymore. Oh, this is the same as this one. And it can only be there. So this must be 3. Right? These are exactly the same digit. So this must be on the loop. Since this is on the loop, it has to exit out this way, so this must be on the loop too. Right? It either goes there or it goes here, and then it exits out this way. So this is on the loop, which means this must be 8 to be 3 away, so that's 8. This is 8. This can't be 8. These can't be 8, obviously. This is an 8. This could be 1 or 2. Cannot be 4. So this has to be on the loop because there's no way that it can go through here and then exit back out without this being on the loop. So this would be low. This would be high, or we don't know if that's on the loop. We know this is guaranteed to be on the loop. This could be 6, 7, or 9. This could be, has to be 7 or 9 because it cannot be any, this would be next to 2 unique digits no matter what. So this can't be 7. This is 8. That means this has to be on the loop. But it's a high digit. Ah, okay. Yeah, that's the way you can figure that out. Well, anyways, we proved that this cannot be 4 low digits here in the arrows in box 2. And we could have figured that out much faster, I think, if we had just done, if we tried to make this 8. If this is 8, it's pointing to a high digit, but this is a low digit. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 can never be on the loop. This must be 7, and it's a low digit. So this is on the loop, and it must be a low digit. So this can't be 7. This must be a 5. We tried 3 lows, so this is not on the loop because it's a 5. This can't be on the loop. This can't be on the loop. This is on the loop and is a high digit. So this must be high. Which means it's 6 through 9, 6 through 9 here. So it matches that. Could be the same as that. This is 7. That means 2 and 3 away. So one of these two is on the loop. We're not sure which. So this matches this cell. So this can't be 1. It's 2 or 3. This cannot be referencing the low. So it can't be 2. This was 1 or 3. This is the same digit as this. So this is A and A. And one of these is A. This we're going to mark as B. This is B. Oh, it's next to a 7 on the German whisper line. So this must be 2. So this is 2. Which means this is on the loop. So this is low, which means this is a low digit. It cannot be 2. And this has to be 3 or 4, so this is not on the loop. This can't be 2 anymore. This can't be 2. This is pointing to either this digit or this digit. So it's 2 or 6, 7, 8, and 9. We're not sure which. Can't be 7, because that cannot be 2 anymore. So it's 2, 6, 8, and 9. 2 and 7. It cannot be on the loop here then, because if this were on the loop, it could only be 3 at most, or at minimum. So this is not on the loop, which means this must be on the loop. So this is on the loop, this must be on the loop. And this has to be a 1. So that's 1, therefore this is 7. Therefore this is 7. So this must be on the loop, because neither of these can be on the loop. This can't be on the loop anymore either. So this is on the loop, and it must be a 2. So this is a 2, which means this points to that one. So this is 3. This must be on the loop. This can't be 1, 2, or 3. So this is 4. So this must match that. So this is a 7, and this cannot be on the loop. This must go here to extend. So this is 8 or 9. This can't be 2. It could be 1, 3, 5, or 6. So no 4. Okay. The remaining digits in row 1 are what? 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. Right? Well, this can't be 4, 5. This must be a 6, 8, and 9 triplet here. That means the rest of column 6 must be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 7. But 7 obviously can't be here. Therefore, these would be highs if they were on the loop. So neither of these can be on the loop. 7 could be here. This can't be 2. So this 1 points to that. This 3 points to that. This 5 and 4 both point to here, so that's fine. This is on the loop. This cannot go to here or here because those are both highs. And therefore, there can't be on the loop. So it must go to here, which is a low. So this has to be 5 or 6. It cannot be 7. It cannot be pointing to this one. So this has to be a 1. So it must match here. So this is 8 or 9. It matches this one. This matches here. Where else is it on the loop? It must be here. So this is that 8 or 9. So now we're matching this A. We don't know if it goes this way or if it goes this way. Could even go this way, technically. No, it can't. If it goes this way, the 4 would be the only low possible in this loop. So it cannot go this way. Same here. So if it tried to go this way, the 4 would be the only low possible in that row, and it'd be between two unique digits on the German whisper line, which is not allowed. So it cannot go this way. It goes either here or here. This goes either here or here. We're not sure which. It cannot go here to here to here. So this must always enter in from here. So this must always be low. Right? It cannot go here to here to here because it would be touching itself. This is the same digit. This is 5 away. 7 away is here. 3, 4, 5, or 6. Okay, cannot be 6 because that would be the same digit as that, which is not allowed. Because that wouldn't be 2. So this cannot be 6. It's 3, 4, or 5. Hmm. 7 is one of these 3 digits. This can't be 2. Could be 3, 4, 5, or 7. Cannot be 6 because that can't be on the loop. 2 has to be one of these 3 digits. The rest of column 5 has to be 1, 5, 6, 8, 9. Still pretty broad. Remaining of column 4 has to be 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 9. And this can't be 2. Okay. Where is the 2 in row 3? Can't be here because of the 2 in the box. Can't be here because of the 2 in the box. Can't be here because this 1 says that this digit has to be here. So this must be a 2 here. Okay, so then this 7 cannot go this way, because if it goes this way, this would have to be at least a 3, and that's not possible. So this is not on the loop. That means this is on the loop here. So this cannot be on the loop here, because it goes this way. That means this must be on the loop. So this is high. This cannot be on the loop because it either connects to here or connects to here. So this is not on the loop. This could be the other 8, 9. That's possible. This digit is 3 or 4. And it's on the loop. It could do something like this, right? It could technically do something like weird like that. That's possible too. Yeah, not sure. This cannot be 5. If this is 5, that would force this to be a 2, and this would be the same as that digit, which is not possible. So we have a 3, a 4, or a 7, which is on the loop. Interesting. So if it's 3, this matches a 1, because that's the only low possible in, that's 3 away here. So either this is 1, it could be, if it's 4 away, this would have to be 8 or 9, because it cannot be 6, because that's not 5 away from 2. Or this is another low, which could be 1, 3, or 4. So those are all possible. Interesting. Um, we do know. So if it goes this way, that means this has to point to a high digit. So it'd be either 3 or 5. That seems okay. Doesn't seem like it's bad, per se. Um, hmm. So either it goes this way, in which case it would have to be 8 or 9, because 7 is already here. Or it goes this way, in which case this is 8 or 9. Right? Because then it would be between... This would have to be a 3, because it couldn't be 1 or 2. It's next to 2 unique digits. So it's on the German whisper line, so it has to be 3. So this would have to be 8 or 9. So none of these can ever be 8 or 9, which is kind of helpful, I guess. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. No 8 or 9 possible. This can't be 4, 5. This can't be 4, 5. Huh. The rest of row 1 has to be 1, 3, 6, 8, 9, period. This can't be 1 here. So one of these 3... Oh. Where's the 3 in... Ah. Where's the 3 in box 3? Cannot be here because this matches here. It must be one of these 2 digits, which means this can never be 3 here. This can never be 3 here. That means this cannot go this way, because if it goes this way, this 4 would have to be between 2 unique digits on a German whisper line, which is not allowed. So it has to go this way. So these are not... This can't go... This can't ever enter here, because it's next to 2 unique digits on a German whisper line. So it must go this way, which is high. And this must be 8 or 9. Because 2 can only be next to 7, 8, or 9, and 7's already taken. So this is 8, 9, 8, 9 pair. If this were on the loop, it would have to be a 6, because it could not be 7, 8, or 9, because of the 8, 9 pair in the row and the 7. And that's not allowed. So this is not on the loop. Therefore, this is on the loop and is the 8, 9. That matches. Okay, it must go here. It must go to here. This is low. This cannot be 8 or 9. So this is a 1 or 3 here. This is 8 or 9. So this must match a high digit. And it must be on the loop. 1, 2, 3, 4 is a low digit. So this must be a high digit and is 5. So this cannot be 5 here. Where is the 4 in box 1? It has to be here. So this is 4. This is 5. That means this is on the loop and it matches. So this is 8 or 9. This is the B. So that matches this. This is A. So this cannot be 8 or 9. So this is 2 through 7. Because both A and the B version of 8 and 9 see that cell. It could do something like that. That is possible. Because it could be 1, 6, and 1. Where is B in box 3? It cannot be the cell because these two match. So it must be one of these 2 cells. So this cannot be B here. Therefore, this is 6. This can't be 6. This is the B. So this can't be 6 either. What are these digits then remaining? It's 3 and 6. This has to be 1 or 2 here to be next to the 7. This is going to be next to 2 unique digits, so it's 8 or 9 because it can't be 7. So this matches this. So we're going to mark this as C, I guess. These are the same. So one of these is C here. We're not sure which. So it must connect this way. but it could just connect here and then go out. It doesn't have to go through here. This can no longer be 4. Actually, it could never be 4 if it were pointing to this one. So this is 1, 3 anyways. Can it actually go through here? Maybe. It would have to be 1 here. So this can never be 3 period. It's 1, 8, or 9. 3, 4, or 7. So this would have to be 1 with 7, 8, or 9 here. This would be low. It could be 3. No, okay, so it cannot go this way. So anything trying to go like this around here and going this way does not work. Right? It has to enter here. It has to exit here. That would mean these red digits would have to be... This could never be 6, right? This could never be 6. It would be between 2 unique digits on a German whisper line. Same here. This would be next to 2 unique digits on a German whisper line. So this would have to be 6, but then that also can't be... That also has to be between 2 unique digits on a German whisper line. So it cannot go this way. So that means this is never on the loop. None of these are... That means this can't be 7. This is 3 or 4. It points to either here or here. So it must come from one of these entering in here. So this is not on the loop. This is not on the loop either. This can't be on the loop because it can't enter in, exit out again. Technically, it could do something like that. That is possible. So this is still possible to be on the loop. Unlikely, but possible. So it enters here, exits here, enters here, exits here. This could be 4, and that could be 9 and 9. Oh, no. This B has to be here. So this can never be 4. If this is 4, that would necessarily force this to be on the loop. Twice, right? And this digit is always the same as that, so it can never be here. So this cannot be 4. This is 3, which makes this a 3. That means 3 has to be here. This can't be 3 anymore, so this is 1. This is 6. Therefore, it cannot go this way. It must enter in this cell. So this cannot be 7. It's next to 1. It could be 6, 7, 6, 8, or 9. That's possible. It could go something like that. That's possible too. And it would be 1 and 2 here, so that's possible. So 3 matches 3 here. 8 and 9. This could be the 8 and 9 also. We don't know. This can't be 3 anymore, so it must be 4. And it's pointing to that. So this must be a high, so it must exit out this way. It cannot exit out this way. This must be an 8 or 9. And that matches this. So this is B. This can no longer be B. This is only A, so that's A also. Because it must match that. This can't be 3 or 4. So where is the A? A cannot be here. A has to be one of these two. A is here. This is A. This is A. One of these two has to be A. We're not sure which. A has to be here. A can't be here. A is one of these two. Which means A has to be in row 4. Cannot be any of these cells because A must be either here or here. That means this must... One of these 3 cells is A. B is one of these 3. Because this matches here. The rest of column 3 is 1, 4, 8, and 9. But this sees both B and A, so it can't be 1 or 4. This could be A, and this could be A. So those are both valid too. So this is 1 or 4, and therefore this cannot be... Wait, but we have a contradiction. Oh, no. So it can't go here. The 3 has to be next to 8 or 9. This can't be 8 or, the A 8 or 9. It can't be B because B is over here. So it cannot enter here. But it also cannot enter this way. Because if it enters this way, this is a low digit. It's 1 or 4 guaranteed. So this cannot go either of these directions. So this is out. It can't go this way to connect anymore. It has to go this way. So this must be low. This must be high. This must be low. And this must be high. And this cannot be A because A is here. Therefore, this is B. Oh, wait, this could be 4 then. Ooh, that's bad. Okay, so that assumptions was bad. Okay, so that's not good. We can't assume that this is 3. But I think we can assume... So we just showed if this is 3, that forces this not to be this way. So this has to be 3 or 4 with it going this way both times. That's crazy. Huh. Okay. Oh yeah, this is a 3-4, 3-4 pair, which eliminates 3 and 4 in the rest of the row. This can't be 3-4, this can't be 3-4. But we just did show that it has to go this way. If it's not 4, it can't... We just from the way that it worked, this is 3, that makes this 4, which makes this 8 and 9. So this 8 and 9 has to match this 8 and 9, so this has to be the A8-9, which means this is the 8-9, and the way that works, that means this has to, one of these two has to be the 8-8 and 9. That means one of these two has to be the 8-8 A8-9. Huh. So it has to go this way no matter what. Otherwise, this is 4, and this must be 9 and 9. Because this can no longer be 9, because that can't... This B matches that B, so B can't be here. But it could be here. I didn't take that into account. And it always actually has to be... This loop has to go this way. Interesting. So this has to exit out somehow here. So this is always low. This is always high. So this could actually still go that way. We actually don't know. These are not on the loop. Actually, no. So that it has to connect this way. This is always how it can connect. Connects to here, to here. So this is always the case. Because we tried it with 3 here. And it also went this way. So this, none of these are on the loop. That means none of these can be on the loop. You can't enter in here anymore to be on the loop. So that's not possible. This is low. It's next to 2 unique digits, so it's 2 or 3. This cannot be next to a 1 either side, so this is 8 or 9. This is 6, 8, or 9. This is low, so it's 1, 3, or 4. But it's not next to 2 unique digits, or it has to be next to 2 unique digits, so this can't be... this cannot be 4. This is 2 and 3. Where is the 4 in box 5? It has to be one of these digits here. So this can never have a 4. This can't be 6 because it's next to 2. It's next to a 2 or 3 on the German Whisper line. Therefore, we have an 8, 9, 8, 9 pair in column 4, which eliminates 8 and 9 in the rest of the column. So this can't be 8 or 9. This is 6. This can't be 6, 8, or 9. So it's 2, 3, or 4, with 4 being one of these digits. This cannot go this way because 2 and 6 can never be next to each other on a German Whisper line, so it must go this way. So this is high. This is low. This must be high. We don't know which way it goes then. This can't be 4 anymore. This must be 3 then. To point to here on the German Whisper loop, so this is on it. This can't be then. This must be on it. And then So it could go technically this way, so we don't know. So this has to be high, and it's next to 2 unique digits on German whisper loop, and this is a 1. This has to be a high, so that's 7. And this cannot go here, because if this were low, it would be 4. So this has to go this way. So this is low, and therefore this is a 2, because that's the only possibility. Therefore, this can't be 2, this can't be 2, this is a 3-4 pair here. This can't be 1 or 6, this can't be 1, 2, or 7, or 3, so this is a 5, which means this can't be 5. So this is an 8-9 pair here. This is the A 8-9, this is the B 8-9. Therefore, 8-9 cannot be here. This 3 eliminates 3 here, so this is a 4. That means this is 4, and the B's are all 9s. And this is B also. So the B's are all 9s. So these are 9s. The A's have to be 8s. So these are 8s. C has to be this one, so this can't be C. This 9 eliminates 9 here, so this is 8. That means this can't be 8 or 9. This is 6, which must be next to a 1 in both areas. So this can't be 1. This can't be 1. This is a high digit. It can only be 8 next to a 2 because 7 and 9 are already taken. So this is 8. That means this is a 3 to be next to 2 unique digits. This is a 4. That makes this a 2. None of these can be 2 or 5. This is a 1, 3, 4 triplet, which eliminates 1, 3, 4 in the rest of the box. So this is a 5, 6 pair. We have 3 and 6 remaining in column 3, but this can't be 6 because of the 6 in the box. So this is a 3. That makes this 6, which makes this 3. This can't be 2. This 1 eliminates 1 here, so this is 2, which means that can't be 2. Where's a 2 in column 1? It has to be here. Okay. This is 4 away, and it must... Wait, that's 1. No, that's 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, so this is 7. And that is on the loop, so that's fine. Okay. I didn't even use that, I guess. Probably could have. This can't be 1, this can't be 3, this can't be 4. Okay, this can't be 2 or 4, and actually this has to enter here. So this is on the loop. It's high, cannot be 8 or 9, this is 7. So this cannot go this way because, again, this can't be low anymore. So these cannot be on the loop. It can't enter this way. These can never be on the loop. It could enter here, it could enter here. Okay, this can't be 8 or 9, this has to be a 1. Oh, we already knew that. Anyways. This can never be on the loop, because if it's low, it would be a 4. So it must enter this way. So this is low. That means it can never enter this cell on the loop. This is low. So this is 1 or 3. That means the rest of row 6 can never contain a 1 or 3 because of the 1, 3 pair in the row. So this can never be on the loop because it can't be low. That means this is on the loop. One of these two has to be on the loop. We don't know which so far. Okay. So again, this 2 has to be 7 away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 it is. This 7 has to be 1 away, which it is. This 2 has to be 3 away, which it is. This 9 has to be 5 away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which it is. This 8 has to be 1 away, which it is. This 7 has to be 5 away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which it is. This 7 has to be 4 away, which it is. 4. This 2, and they're all on the loop. So this 2 is on the loop. This 7 is on the loop. This 2 is on the loop. This 9 is on the loop. This 7 is on the loop. This 7 is on the loop. This 8 is on the loop. This 4 is on the loop. This 7 is on the loop. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this 1 is on the loop. 1, 2, 3. So all the loop stuff is done. So this is probably just normal Sudoku now. Except for this part, I guess. So this part will be a little interesting. Rest of column 2 is 3, 5, and 8. But 3 cannot be either of these cells because there are 3 in the box. So this must be 3 here. Therefore, this is a 5, 8 pair. The remaining digits in row 7 are 5 and 6. So this is 5 and 6, 5 and 6. Oh, this 3 eliminates 3 here. So this is 6, which makes that 3. This can't be 3, so this is 1, which makes that 3. That makes that 4, which makes that 1. So these are both 1s. That's fine. These can't be 8 anymore. The rest of box 4 has to be 7 and 9. This can't be 7 because of the 7 in the row, so this is 9, this is 7. The rest of row 4 is 3 and 5. 3 can't be here because of 3 in the column, so this is 5, this is 3. The rest of column 1 are 1, 5, and 6. This can't be 1 or 6, so this is 5, which makes this 6, which makes that 5. Therefore, this is 1. Therefore, it cannot go this way. Therefore, it must go this way to connect the loop. And it's either 7 or 8. But where is the 7? 7 can't be here, can't be here, can't be here in box 6, so it must be here. So this is 7. This 2, 5 eliminates 5 here. This can't be 5 either because of the 5 in the column. So where's the 5 in row 1? It must be here. Remaining digits in row 8 are 8 and 9. This can't be 8 because of the 8 in the column, so this is 9, which makes that 8. Remaining digits in row 9 are 2, 4, and 6. Well, neither of these can be 2, so this must be 2 here. And this becomes a 4, 6 pair here. This 8 eliminates 8 here, so this is 9. That means this can't be 9, this is 4, which makes that 9. 4 eliminates 4 here, so it's 6 and 4. Remaining digits here, then, this must be 8. This has to be a 4, 6 pair. And 4 cannot be here because of the 4 in the row, so this is 6, this is 4. 6 eliminates 6 here, so it's 5 and 6. 5 eliminates 5 here, so it's 8 and 5. And that's a solution. Yeah, I don't consider this that hard, but maybe it's just me. You did have to go through a little bifurcation here, but, I mean, you have to do that anyways for most of these types of problems that are hard considered, right? Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this solve, and I'll see you next time on Frank Puzzles. Take care.